Hey everyone, how's it going? For those of you that don't know me, I am Will Glass. I am in charge of media relations for the Outlaws this season. So any questions you have about the matches, please send them my way. So I first want to start off and say great job for first match. Very, very impressed with how the team played. This is the first time this team's ever played together. There was no preseason matches or anything like that. So we were learning on the fly, and to come away with a 5-0 result is just fantastic. So, claps all around there. Have to give credit where credit's due between Leo and Zach helping to put together a fantastic team. All of the boys pulled in some great players, and really excited for the level of talent that we have this season. This first match that we played, Chelsea Sting, they're also a new addition team, so they haven't really played together, so expect the competition to get a little stronger as the season goes. But overall, we looked really solid, and we've definitely got some ballers on the team, so that's exciting news. So just for those that aren't familiar, what happened if you missed this week, ended up with a 5-0 result. We were a little slow getting started. I think the first 20, 25 minutes, we didn't have a single shot, much less on target. We also didn't give up any shots, so I think we were just trying to kind of figure each other out, and we started turning it on because the second half of that first half ended up with 3 goals. First one came from Zach and Tosin, so Tosin had a nice little flick on to Zach, who was able to just calmly, cool, calm, collected, put it in the back corner, up 1-0, good guys. Later on, off of a corner that came in, ball kind of bounced around. Ty got ahead to it, laid it down to Ben. Ben hit it in, kind of crossed the line. We weren't really sure. Turns out that it did cross the line, and then just in case, Nico came in and slammed it home. So even if they hadn't counted the first one, we were there. So 2-0, good guys or bad guys, Outlaws. And then later on, we had that third goal come from a Mason assist to Ruben, who just buried it. Great finish, and overall just a great third goal there. So went into halftime, we're up 3-0.
Coach, how you feeling after that first half?
Oh no, we got interviews. I expected a 5-0, to be honest with you. A couple misses. Zach missed about 4 goals.
How many did you score?
I gave 3 assists, but I think we're gonna do better this one. I expect another 5.
Any other comments?
Alex. Yeah, everything Leo said is wrong. I think the boys are playing well. I think we should be about 6 or 7 up. Our strikers are pretty bad, but we'll see what happens.
So you heard from Leo and Zach on how we were feeling after halftime, and while we were feeling good, we came out a little slower again than we'd like to in terms of production on the offensive side. Defensively, again, we were still locking things down, which was great to see. But luckily, Mason and Zach got us started there. Mason had a great finish from Zach, and then our last goal, another one assisted by Zach, and Chris just buried it. And so overall, great performance. Again, ended up 5-0, and it's what we love to see for that first match. So let's take a quick look at the scoring stats. As you can see right now, our leading scorer, well, we have 5 different goal scorers, but based on total goal contributions, Zach's there on top with 3 total contributions. Mason second with 2 total goal contributions, and then we've got Ben, Chris, and Ruben tied there on goals. And then underneath that, we've got Tosin and Ty on our assists. In terms of clean sheets, both Zach and Alex get the clean sheet. Neither one of them let any goals for their time while they were in as keeper. So we have 1 clean sheet in total, but 2 credited clean sheets. So fantastic job overall. And again, claps to the back line and our defense midfield for holding it down and keeping helping us stay in the game, and for Zach and Alex for stepping up back there at the back. We really had some folks step up. Nigel, super solid in the back. Matt, super solid in the back. And then finally, we moved you guys out of the back so you could do some damage there in the midfield. Just fantastic back line there. Corey stepped up, super cool, calm, and collected. I think Zach asked a question around, what do you take? Why are you always so calm? Just looks like you're just kind of cruising like a nice sports car there, which is great. Just always cool, calm, and collected. And yeah, overall great performance across the board. Our forwards were scoring. Ben, Zach, Ruben all got goals, which was great to see. We had our wingers making fantastic runs throughout the match with, Chris. Ruben was also out there for part of it as well. A couple other guys that were just making sure that we had that width that we needed and could move up and down the pitch, which was fantastic. Backline did great. As I mentioned, we had Nigel, Matt sitting back there. Corey was back there. Tyler was back there. Ty was also back there. Overall, held it down. Henry cycled in back there as well, and we were able to keep things solid. I think one of the things that was cool to see this match was we really won the midfield. There wasn't really, second balls. We were winning all those second balls. Maybe we didn't win the first ball, but for the most part, we controlled the midfield. We were able to move the ball pretty well, especially for having never played together, first time playing together as a team. And it was just great to see the performance all the way around. And stellar performance. And then in goal, we had Alex also stepped up on the wing at one point as well, but originally started out in goal. Did a great job holding it down back there, getting the ball at his feet, moving, making sure that our back line had somebody to play to and that he was cleaning anything up that was coming across. And then Zach H, he subbed in there a little late, which that is a question which we'll get to a little later when the questions come up from the media. But able to step up in goal, made some fantastic saves, especially one at the very end, just full stretch, fingertips, to keep the clean sheet. So again, fantastic performance all the way around, and bodes well. Again, midfield did great in there with Leo, Tosin, Mason, Nigel, Matt. You guys all flown in there. Ali. So overall, just really, really excited. And then I think Ricky, you were out on the wings as well, running up and down. So had a great performance overall, which is fantastic to see. So let's go ahead and get into some of the questions that the press had. This great footage, so shout out to Taylor, Mason's girlfriend, for getting some good footage here of this fourth goal. There's some great build-up play, and then ultimately, you just get to see the ball buried, which is cool. So good stuff, great performance overall, and we'll get into the questions. So first question from the press: is Nigel on steroids? I don't know. It's a good question. If you look at the team photo here after the match, you can see that he definitely works out. Is he on steroids? I don't know. But my guess is no. We do test all of our players before we start the season. We had no issues with the physio there, and everything came back clean. So I think the answer is just Nigel's a beast. So that's that. How many goals will the dads of the team score this season? Yeah, that's a great question. I will tell you what, we are tracking the dad stats, and so far, dads have 2 of the 5 goals this season, and 4 out of the 5 assists that we had. So it's safe to say that the dads of the team are doing pretty well for themselves right now on the score sheet. So tough to say what will happen, what will play out. We'll see. There's always other family commitments that the dads have that the rest of the team might not have. So, TBD, but they're coming off strong. And right now, in terms of total goal contributions, are beating the non-dads. So there's that. Is Ollie going to have to go back to England? So this was a question that we had over the off season, whether Ollie was going to get deported or not, go back to England. Turns out that when you work out and when you have that accent, you can find a girl that'll marry you. So, no, Ollie does have his green card by marriage, so we are not going to have to ship him back off to our team over in Wales, which, he's from North England, so, it's basically the same thing. So anyway, but no, Ollie will be able to hang around. Will this be Zach's last season? I don't know. He says it every season, but based on this performance, I'm pretty sure he's going to be back, especially if we can come out, continue to succeed, and we end up getting a win. We move up to Division I. I think he's going to want to continue to roll with the team. So overall, can't answer that, but he's threatened it for the last 30 years, and it's never played out. So. Do the boys get beers for goal contributions or clean sheets? The answer is yes. We were ill-prepared as a coaching staff after this first match, but there will be beers given out for goal contributions and clean sheets. We do track all these stats. It's important, keep the boys motivated and hydrated or dehydrated. So yes, there will be beers for goal contributions this season, goals and assists, and then clean sheets as well. Question was, does the coaching staff have the budget for that? Not really, but we got to do what we got to do. We'll find a way. We'll find a way to make it happen. We'll find a way to make sure that the boys don't go thirsty. Those are the questions from the press. So it was a light presser for this first one. If you've got questions or the press has questions, you're welcome to submit these. Submit questions, and they will be addressed in the presser. We do not skip over even the tough questions. There was one that was asked, which was a silly one, so I did cut it out, which asked if Will was on steroids, triathlon, 60 minutes of soccer in one day. The triathlon was the day before, more than 36-hour recovery time, not relevant. Anybody can do that. So that, we throw out some of those stupid questions, but there are no dumb questions. We address everything here. That's my job for media relations, is to make sure that you guys get the pressing answers to the questions that you have about the Outlaws. So that's all I've got time for today. We're going to go ahead and flash again some stats. You can always find those in the link in the group. And until next week, I believe we are off for Labor Day, so we'll be back in 2 weeks. Peace.
I don't know much about soccer, but I like
Handball.